we are going to give the floor to Céline Bognaud, who is a physiotherapist and PhD and working in our motor rehabilitation group. And she's going to speak about the self-rehabilitation for stroke patients.
Sorry. Okay, so self-rehabilitation programs for patients with stroke. So 90% of patients return to home following stroke, and then there is a discrepancy between recommendation and what patients do in reality at home. Indeed, patients have to train 3 to 7 days per week and 20 to 60 minutes per day. But in contrast, what they do in reality is 2 times less steps per day than healthy subjects, and in France, 1.7 sessions of physical therapy per week. So, evident conclusion is it is insufficient. It is well known that rehabilitation induces improvements and that no rehabilitation induces functional degradation. Moreover, it is well known also that in chronic stroke, there is functional improvement following rehabilitation versus placebo or no rehabilitation, even in patients very chronic, more than 1 year following stroke. And in addition, it is well known that intensity and repetition are effective fundamentals in recovery from stroke. Concern botulinum toxin injection, it is very often used to improve gait in neurologic patients. It improves, for example, peak of hip flexion, peak of knee flexion at swing phase, peak of ankle dorsiflexion at stand phase. Nevertheless, impact on locomotor performance during daily life activities is still in debate. For upper limb, Foley published a review for upper limb spasticity, and the conclusion was moderate functional improvement following botulinum toxin injection. When we look now at adjuvant therapy to botulinum toxin injection, for upper limb, there is one review including 3 RCT, and they showed the improvement following contrast-induced therapy, oriented task, or functional electric stimulation post-botulinum toxin injection. Nevertheless, no study assessing effects of a standardized rehabilitation program post-botulinum toxin exists. In the same time, for lower limb, there is few studies with small samples. For example, CARDA published a study and showed improvement when adding strapping or orthosis and walking to botulinum toxin injection. But similarly, there is no study assessing effects of a standardized rehabilitation program post-botulinum toxin. Another part, self-rehabilitation is largely recommended for chronic disease, but in the same time, there is no specific program validated for patients with stroke. So, if we summarize, there is an interest to develop new programs of rehabilitation at home for chronic patients, even at distance of the stroke, to optimize botulinum toxin injection effects and to increase intensity and regularity of rehabilitation. So in this context, self-rehabilitation appears relevant. What could be characteristic of our approach to self-rehabilitation program? We think it's important to include muscle stretching for injected muscles, straightening for antagonists, but not also. It's also important, we think, to strengthen agonists if needed, for example, the triceps curl. And task-oriented exercise. So what is it? Oriented task, it's exercise in real environment, and specific task is to work specifically the tasks that you want to improve. And all this with intensity enough. So I will present you our pilot study on a self-rehabilitation program following botulinum toxin injection on gait parameters. So we include 35 hemiplegic patients who were divided into 2 groups. Third group following a self-rehabilitation program at home and have botulinum toxin injection, so rehabilitation group, and the control group have only botulinum toxin injection. Experimental paradigm, initial assessment following botulinum toxin injection, and final assessment 1 month later. Spasticity was assessed with modified Ashworth scale. Strength was assessed with medical Wieser-Schwantzky scale. And for functional test, we made the 10-meter walking test at maximal speed, time up and go test, and the modified 6-minute walking test. So for this test, patients have to cross over obstacles, to walk on a carpet, and to make a slalom, and return was without obstacles. And finally, the stair test, where patients have to ascend and descend 15 steps as quickly as possible, but in security. For the training group, patients have to make a task-oriented exercise, so locomotion, strengthening exercise, and stretching exercise. Physical therapists present and teach all the exercise to the patients. These exercises were chosen to be made alone by patient in security and correspond to main clinical disorder in stroke patient. The patient have to make 10 minutes per type of exercise, so 30 minutes per day for 7 days per week. And a self-rehabilitation booklet was provided to each patient. They have to write types and duration of each exercise. And the telephone follow-up was at week 2. No other modification of the conventional management for this patient. So what was the exercise? First exercise was slalom on obstacle and crossover obstacle for the functional exercise. Strengthening exercise focus on hip flexor, hip extensor, and ankle plantar flexor. Stretching exercise focus on rectus femoris, hamstring, and triceps. So this is the subject who participated to the study. So you can see the characteristics. There is no difference between two groups, and even for this characteristic and for those injected. Results concerning spasticity, you can see a decrease of the spasticity between V1 and V3, but there was no difference between two groups. And for the motricity, we see also no difference in group. On this table are presented functional tests. So you can see each test here for the control group and the rehabilitation group at V1 and V3, so 1 month following, and the difference between V1 and V3. Asterisks show difference between V1 and V3, so intra-group difference, and the cross show you difference between both groups, so inter-group difference. We can see that rehabilitation group had improvement of maximal gait speed, 6-minute walking test modified with obstacles parts, and the stairs test. And there was no improvement of this parameter for the control group. What about adhesion of the patient to the self-program rehabilitation? 83% reported performance of whole self-rehabilitation program at least 5 days per week. And they dedicated more than recommended time, so it was 10 minutes, and they make just a little more. 100% of the patients found the self-rehabilitation booklet useful, and 77% of patients wish they had it earlier. So it reflects an unmet need to fulfill. So to summarize this result, to our knowledge, this is the first study showing active functional improvement following a standardized rehabilitation program as an adjuvant therapy, self-rehabilitation, to botulinum toxin injection in adults. This self-rehabilitation program plus botulinum toxin injection improve maximal gait speed, 6-minute walking distance, gait speed in the parts with obstacles, and times to ascent and descent stairs. Moreover, there was a strong adherence of patients to our rehab program. One wonders what is the impact of self-rehabilitation program alone, so without botulinum toxin. Our study cannot answer to this question, but we can hypothesize that botulinum toxin allow to perform self-rehabilitation exercise and it, with a self-rehabilitation program, can improve botulinum toxin impact. So both therapy can have a synergy each other. And now we have the same study for upper limb. So this is in this moment. Following this pilot study, we develop in the team two tools. So the first is a self-rehabilitation booklet with the support of Fondation Garches and Allergan. You can find here. And the second tool is a self-rehabilitation apps with video feedback. So I can present you the self-rehabilitation booklet quickly. You have two parts, one for arm and one for lower limb, with stretching exercise, muscular strengthening, and functional exercise. We always use the same legends. And for you have always three pictures, simple explication for patients. And here the therapist can write the time or the repetition that the patient have to do. So you have the initial position, the movement to perform, and where it is supposed to stretch. So you can see different exercise, functional exercise like moving a bottle. It was very important that patient could find an object, simple object at home. And for lower limb, you can see stretching of the calf, crossing about obstacles. This is a self-rehabilitation apps developed by our colleagues, engineers at Novation. So you can write them to this email. Self-rehabilitation apps, you can record exercise with the therapist. So you can make your own library. You can make the movement that you want, and after, when the patient go to home, he can repeat the same exercise with this video. So I will show you an example. So we are with a stroke patient. For example, she has to make the movement spoon to the mouth. So we can say not to move the trunk, for example, not to elevate the shoulder. So she repeats a movement. Not so quickly, because after it will be difficult to follow the movement at home. And then patient can go with the tabs or computer to home with different exercise, and then he can practice with the video feedback. So you can select exercise, and after you can see two videos of patients who have to follow exactly the movement. So patients have to be synchronized with the first video recording at the hospital. So it's very important to have the same posture at the beginning of an exercise to make sure that the exercise could be good following. And after, you can go your performance like this. So number of training, average duration, average score, high score. So you can follow the performance of the patient all a long time, maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 4 weeks, what you want. So this app is now ready to commit on Apple Store within 2 months. It is in testing. For Android, the app is developed, but pending next device generation. So you cannot see both video. You only see one green or white point, so you cannot make the exercise. And the application is available on Windows. Just to finish, we asked to several stroke patients, how many time could you practice self-rehabilitation at home? No patient declared no time. And what is surprising, this is number of weeks. For our protocol, it was 4 weeks, but the majority of the patients here declare that they can practice 8 weeks of self-rehabilitation at home. So we think that it's important to to make a rehabilitation to make a self-rehabilitation program for patients at home following botulinum toxin injection or following surgery or even in other contexts. Thank you for your attention. And sorry for my English.